Right, let's have a look at this and see what's going on. I'm going to start with the order flow. CVD is going down. Look, lower lows, higher lows. So we're looking at bullish divergence on the CVD. I can see the OI has been dropping, so a lot of longs have been taking profit and the prices have been going down. Yeah, so that's quite good. Here in this last little bit, we've had a little bit of buying, quite a lot of buying. And I'm not seeing any bearish divergences now. I'm just seeing bullish divergence on this whole range. We're back above daily open. We're back above the VWAP. It's looking quite bullish. The order flow is looking quite bullish. Right. That's something to bear in mind. Let's have a look at the charts quickly. Let's have a look at the candles. Yesterday's candle, extremely bullish candle, closed above the previous day high, bullish. Today we got a back test. Let's hope it holds. Yeah, so we don't really want to go down now. We'll close lower. We did have a swing failure of the previous highs here. That's never good. Never good, but we're seeing bullish divergences on the CVD, so maybe we're still going to see a push up. Okay, it's hard to know how this is going to play out, because what we need is a push up. We need to get up into this candle, basically this candle. Effectively, we need to get above there. And then we need to fill that candle all the way to the top, to there. That's what we need to do. Hopefully that will happen. If it doesn't happen tomorrow, I'm expecting it to happen today. I'm expecting it to happen tomorrow. If we end up with a doji or even just a continuation candle here. Basically, a continuation candle is going to be just another candle that closes green. And a really bullish one will be one that closes above the previous day high. If it's just green in the wick, then it's just consolidation in the wick of the previous day. And with bullish order flow, you'd expect the price to go up. But again, it depends, because you need to squeeze up in some way. You basically need someone with big shorts to close their shorts at market. Maybe they'll do that tomorrow. If they see that the price action is bullish today, they'll probably market close tonight at daily close. Okay, so what we're looking to do is fill that gap. That would be nice to see. Let me have a look at the 2-day. 2-day is really bullish. Look at that, bullish. That being said, it took the liquidity from the highs. Again, you know, it's a slight flag, but I mean, it's not a big deal at the moment. It's just something to bear in mind. That's a really strong close. It's a bullish close, but the reason why it's a bullish close is because you close above the previous candle high. Yeah, you've got a nice buying tail. Both these candles have nice buying tails. Buying tail, buying tail. That's what you want to see. You want to see buying. That's what we're seeing. We're seeing buying. Yeah, market buying. Let's see how the weekly candles go. Now, this is a off the charts bullish weekly candle forming. We're way above the previous week high now. Cleared it. It's bullish engulfing. Yeah, effectively. It's a really bullish structure forming now. If we do get a push up tomorrow, then we could be seeing this candle go all the way into the highs, potentially. You could have one crazy candle. You wouldn't necessarily, you'd want to buy that candle. You might not necessarily want to buy that candle. You might want to buy the pullback. And obviously the monthly candle is looking off the charts bullish too at the moment. It is. We're going to expect some kind of reaction from the highs. And then also what I want to do, yeah, let me have a look at that monthly candle actually. So it's amazing because we're $10,000 up from this failed auction. $10,000 in a space of how long have we got? 3 weeks. We've moved up $10, $10,000, about 18%. It's crazy. Really crazy. All right, let's have a look at the local price action Bitcoin. Let me just update my volume levels, see if there's any changes. Okay, value very low. Oh, look at that. Okay, so again, you see there's another development here, and I just wanted to show you what's happened is that we've come up into the top part of this range now, and the point of control has now been flipped. You see, yesterday I had that as the high volume node and the point of control was down here. We flipped the point of control now back into the highs of the range. So it can be, this can be bearish if we don't flip it into support. Yeah, and looking at the point of control right now, we're trying to flip it into support. Yeah, we closed above it, pull back, lots of buying tails, buy ups. We're trying to flip it into support, but this is a massive area of resistance at the moment, and so don't take this for granted. Don't just assume that it's flipped into support yet. We need to flip it. We need a back test. We need a real test. So I'm going to update these now. You see, I'm going to flip them over. We're now into the point of control, and the high volume node is back down here. It's an interesting development. No changes elsewhere. Naturally, that's why we've come into resistance. That's the range volume. We've left the low range now, so there's no point updating it. This is just a low range. You see what happened yesterday is we had a pullback, perfectly back tested the value area of this low range, and we've now moved up into what has now become the point of control. So we'll keep that, and then let me just put my levels back in. What's that on? Okay, yeah, you see, I had that. I had bullish continuation there. Basically, that's what I'm expecting. If possible, let's get rid of that now. Let me just have a look at this. That fib time was perfect. See, it came perfectly on fib time. And our next fib time, well, I'm going to have to work this out. So let me just delete these. This is interesting. So we've passed the golden pocket and we're into the point of control. You see that? We're back testing the golden pocket as support. So we're on the other side. We've crossed it. You see, we first found resistance into the golden pocket, and now we've crossed it. Okay, so that's quite an interesting development. Let's keep that one. Where are these ones? Yeah, that's fine. Let me see this one. It's fine. What are these? SR flip. I'm getting rid of that. There's your SR flip. Look, I had it there. I'll get rid of it now anyway. Get rid of all of these. We have a trend-based extension there. Let me just have a look at that. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. This is our outer trend line. No, that's our lower trend line. This is our Adam and Eve. So, okay. We can get rid of that now. Extensions will go. All right, so we've basically cleared up all our charts. Get rid of all of that. Let's put the previous all-time high in. I should get rid of all these fixed ranges. Done. Our charts are back to clean. This golden pocket needs to hold the support. It looks like it is right now. So just keep an eye on this. If we hold this golden pocket as support, flip the point of control into support, I don't see why we don't push up to the next area of interest, which is this 786, which corresponds to the previous all-time high, which corresponds to the value area high. That's going to be our major resistance on the way up. Now, if we can get there, if I add my single prints, you'll see that we also have two sets of single prints. So I think the top set will probably act as, there'll probably be some kind of stop here if we go up, and then we'll probably, that's kind of where we want to go. There's probably single prints down here. I'm not going to mark them out yet, just because I'm not expecting down. If we start going down, I'll have a look at them. And then also up there we have a naked weekly point of control. We have quite a lot of resistance in that area. Yeah, we have quite a lot of resistance. You just can't ignore the resistance that I'm seeing in this area. It's also a previous daily level which has been washed, hasn't been back tested. You see, in the previous weekly level, there's a lot of resistance in this area up here. So I think it's really important that people don't assume that just because we're going up, we're going to go up. Yeah, just bear that in mind. I think this is a really strong area of resistance. Okay. I'm not expecting the price to just glide through that area. Okay. It starts at this 786, but probably right here. I mean, this is quite a large area. Starts there and it's up to there. It's about 0.5% in terms of its range. But this is a really big area of resistance. I think I'm probably expecting maybe if we can break up, we can come back down for another test. I don't see why we can't do that. That would be good. This is a big area of resistance on Bitcoin. You have David has joined, welcome. You have the 786, you have the naked weekly MPOC, naked weekly point control. Previous all-time highs there. You've got the value area high slightly above us, and then you've got some previous levels which have been traded through. You've got this weekly level here, these couple of weekly levels, they're right next to each other, or just one here. And then you've got some previous daily levels that have been traded through, but you know, this one hasn't been back tested, this one here. So I wouldn't be surprised if either today or tomorrow we go up. and you know, just stop there. Just stop there. I wouldn't be surprised if that happens. It's a really good area to find resistance. So I don't expect the price to just go through that area, and it's more likely than not that we will go up there and then just come back down. And now the point of control has moved to the upper part of the range. It's flipped with this high volume node at the lows. Then what you'd want to see is push up and then come back down to test the point of control. Basically, that's your hedge or trade or whatever you want to do. Okay, that's basically what you're looking at. And back into the point of control. Okay, that's what I'm expecting. I am thinking it's possible, and I don't know, but I am thinking it's possible we put a little bit of volume here. There's a little bit of a gap, and I don't know if we are or not, but I think it is possible that we potentially range here for a while. I don't know. I'm just making this up really. But if we don't get a continuation, if we get a pullback like this, you know, could we range here a little bit? Don't know. Who knows? Be trapped between the point of control and the value area high. The price is trapped. This is a good place to be trapped. So yeah, I'm going to put an alert here, so anyone who wants to do that, they should. I'm going to start the alert at 786. No, I'm not. I'm going to have to draw another line for my alert. BTC into resistance, look for hedge shorts. Okay, let's see when that hits. There's also some single prints there as well. So actually what you really want to do is I could just put it on the single prints. So let me just do the alert on the single. I'll do it on the bottom one. That'll be a lot easier to don't have to have multiple lines. Okay. I mean it is possible for the price to overshoot. It depends on how aggressively the price goes up. Yeah. And so you just have to see how the price moves. If you see the price just go through that line, those lines with no test, with no reaction, then it's more likely than not. You're like, the price is now here on the other side of the value area high, and you're thinking, oh my God, it just went through. That means that we're going to the moon. No, it probably means that you're falling right back. Probably. Yeah. There might not, if there's no reaction, you may not look to take the trade, but if you suddenly see the price literally on every other side of those resistance lines, then that's a really good place to hedge. Yeah, just do it. We'll see. And sometimes the price overshoots, but you end up with a wick because the price falls right back in to the area that it missed. Okay, and sometimes you'll get that kind of price action where people are vigorously buying at market. All right, so that's my trade for today. I think if people are looking to long, then why haven't you longed before? I've been telling people to long for a few days now. Okay, you haven't longed, then maybe you will long, who knows. I think it's strange if you haven't longed before. With that being said, I mean, there is potentially a long opportunity here. A lot of people like to wait to buy the highs. They don't like to kind of buy the lows. That's fine. Maybe you're here looking at this stream and you're going, I'd like to buy Bitcoin now. Well, look what's happening now at the local price range, price action. We are trading in this previous range here. We've basically formed a new range here effectively now. That's what's happening. This is a new range, a little mini range. We're above the value area, which is really good to see. We're above the 6-6, which is the top part of the golden pocket, which is good to see. We're slightly above the point of control, which is, it's hard to long here, huh? Because you really want a longer back test. You need an invalidation. I think if you want a long here, this is your invalidation right now. Yeah. I'm not expecting, I mean, it could always happen. That's the thing for the advice to do that. I'm not expecting that. Now that I see a really strong buying tail into the point of control here, that's a test and a reaction. If for safety, if you wanted to long, you could put your invalidation lower down. It's not the, like, again, it's not a good place to long, but you know, the trade isn't a great trade with that kind of invalidation. That's the problem with a long like that. Give me a second. Let me just have to answer this. Sorry. It's a terrible trade. Terrible. It's a risk to reward of 1 to 1.47. It's not a good entry. So in a trade like this, you'd have to have a tight invalidation like that to make it worthwhile. That's a 1 to 4. It's not bad. But is the problem with this invalidation is that could happen very easily. Yeah, there's no reason why that can't happen. And you'll get stopped out and the price will still go up. Yeah. So effectively what you need is for that to happen. That's your entry. If you see the price do that, then you can enter. At least then you don't have to worry about that because it's happened already. Okay. The problem is you're still, to make this more profitable, you have to kind of basically try and catch the swing failure as the price moves up, as the price clears the liquidity from the lows. Okay, that would be much more profitable trade in terms of the risk return on investment. Then you're looking at 1 to 8. See, that makes it worthwhile. You can take this trade if this happens 8 times, succeed once, and still be break even. Effectively, that's what this means. Fail 7 times, succeed once, and still be break even if you're using the correct risk to reward, if you're using the correct position size. All right. You know, obviously, I would never hold until the target. I'd probably be taking profit as soon as we hit the first level of resistance. In this case, it's obviously the point of control. It's too close to point of control, so you'd be targeting these highs first. Okay, so you're never going to get 1 to 8, but technically if you held until the target, that would be a 1 to 8. Okay, whereas right now when you're looking at the price action, what are you looking at? Well, we're looking at some kind of triangle forming. Yeah, see that? So actually here it's probably better to short, but I wouldn't short here because we're on top of the point of control. So basically here I'd probably do nothing. I think here there's no trades on the table. Yeah. I think a long is possible if we swing failure these local lows. Yeah, we start seeing that. That would be a pretty good long. You'd have to take profit quite quickly, and then you'd be out at the area of resistance higher up. I think what we need to see is a little squeeze and a little pump it to the high of this range. That's what we need to see. That's basically Bitcoin. I don't really mind Bitcoin behaving this way. It's above, potentially it's above support. It's not looking weak. It's looking strong. The market isn't looking weak. The market right now is looking strong. It was looking weak back last week when we were coming down here. Like there was no down here. We've come back up. Here it was looking weak because it was free fall. And now we've reversed everything. You know, everything's reversed. Back into the value area. Back above some resistance levels. The price is looking strong. Yeah, I've been calling this all week. All 2 weeks. And here it is. This is the fruit of our results. The result of our fruits. Whatever. That's good to see. I'll have another look at the order flow. See if there's anything interesting going on. No, same as before. Bullish CVD, bullish divergences. Let me just refresh it because sometimes this lags out. Above the point, above the VWAP, above the daily open. Yeah, it's looking quite good. Here you can see some shorts are closing. You see that? It's good to see shorts close, you know. That's kind of, it gives you an indication of people's behavior. I think that's some major resistance. Let's see what happens then. I'm not going to go into depth, Elliott waves or anything like that. There's no real need right now. I just want to see the price action play out, and I want to see where we actually do find resistance. I think that's a really strong area of resistance. I don't expect us to get into the top part of this range just yet. I think a lot of people will be taking profit. I certainly will be looking to hedge as well. So potentially we could be looking at another lower high here. Can you imagine if that happens? This is the thing. That's why you have to take these trades just in case. If you go up there, people are feeling bullish, they don't do anything, they don't take profits, and then all the way like that, then what are you going to do? So it's always good to hedge or take profit into areas where the price can easily reverse, and you know, things can go back to bearish very quickly in crypto. So just bear that in mind. Okay, any questions? Bitcoin dominance is unfortunately dropping. I want it to go up. It's dropping. So we're not yet going to have alt season. I think alt season begins here. Basically. Maybe in June, you know, because timing wise is important. Like maybe June we can get up there. I don't know. That would be nice. ETH, BTC, up, down, up, down, up, down. You know, if BTC is only bleeding really. It's not really free fall. We lost this 382, kind of back above it now. That's there's nothing really to say about this, to be honest with you. Let me have a look at these other things here. Total market cap, crypto. Well, this is looking good. We haven't taken the liquidity from the highs there, so actually this is better. This is more bullish, I think, than Bitcoin. All of these are better than Bitcoin. It's almost like Bitcoin has overshot its mark, yeah, and now these are playing catch up, but actually these are healthier. just because it hasn't cleared the liquidity from the highs. Let's look at others as well. Yeah. Don't really know what I was doing. Can't remember. There is definitely a dividing line here. So if we are able to kind of get above there, then you're going to get quite a lot of capital flow into all crypto except the top 10. Okay, and this is what we want to see for all of those small coins. We want to see a little bit of rotation of capital. USDT is looking weak, the dominance, and nothing changes. It's still looking weak. We've been tracking this together, and now you can see that's the Adam and Eve in reverse. That's the neckline break, and hopefully we can go all the way down back into this lower range value area, and probably the first place of big resistance could be, I mean, the value area high could be resistance, so the price could always react there. Let's see how the price reacts on the first area of potential support rather. Good morning, Hope Kaz. First time watching, sir. Can you tell me more about your channel and its goal as to the signals? Oh my god, I love to use the signals to learn too. Sure. Yeah, well, there are no signals. No signals. Let me have a look at my channel. I can't remember. What's the address? I do a live stream every day. Yeah, so we're live now. Hey, every single day I do a live stream. You can look at all my past live streams. These are all live. Sometimes I go on for 8 hours. Sometimes I go on for 1.5 hours. You know, like there's no real. I just come on and I just stream live. It's not a big deal. I also have a playlist. I have a playlist on TRVL. Yeah. So here, if you go into my playlist, I do daily updates on TRVL. I have 132 videos on TRVL right now. Okay. So I've been doing this for a while now. And I've started a new playlist on Slerf as well. So I'm doing kind of a regular update on Slerf as well. So I've got a playlist here, and this is just daily updates most of the time. I don't always, these videos are taken from my live stream, so everything that I do is live, and then what I'll do is I'll section them off and then I'll put them into their own little videos. And so effectively I'm doing live analysis, and this is my BTC section. And then sometimes I will not sometimes, all the time, I will take requests and I'll do analysis on different tokens, and if I see that any analysis is useful, I'll post it here. I'm only doing technical analysis, yeah, so I'm not giving people signals, yeah, I'm just giving people technical analysis about the charts and potential price action, and all my analysis is based on these tools that I'm using down here, okay, and also on candlesticks, on volume, on patterns. I use patterns a lot, volume ranges, price ranges. I'm using exo charts. I use the order flow. I'm using everything really. I use everything to try and create strategies for determining where there is major support and major resistance, but I don't tell people to buy and sell. Not financial advice, but I will tell people if I'm buying or if I'm selling, or if I'm looking to buy or if I'm looking to sell. People can utilize that information into their own trading strategies, their own trading plans, their own trading styles. Yeah, so on the most part, I'm going to be telling people to dollar cost average into a crypto bull market. And here I've got a video here, learning how to trade, and you know, my strategy for accumulation and selling during alt season, etc, etc. Should I buy Bitcoin? Like, I do kind of indicate the best kind of strategies, but I don't tell people how to trade, like what to do. You have to figure that out for yourself. For all intents and purposes, this is educational content, and I'm using Japanese candles, candle patterns, volume levels, and all kinds of high time frame technical analysis to contemplate the next moves. Entertainment value only. Okay, so just bear that in mind. It is entertainment, but I do use real world actual technical analysis. And what I try to do is I'm trying to imagine the price in a bullish scenario and in a bearish scenario, like what I want to see or what I don't want to see. So this is Bitcoin right now, on the local time frame. On this is 30 minutes, so I'll use multiple time frames too. I'm not really, I use all kinds of indicators. I use everything. I'm happy to look at everything. I'm not partial to anything specifically. My preference is candles, but that's just my preference. And now basically I'm going to create some kind of trade plan. So you see here I've indicated strong resistance here. Yeah, I give my reasons why I think this is strong resistance. I explain my reasons. There's a weekly naked point of control there. You've got some single prints up there. You've got the 786 of this whole range up there. You've got the value area high up there. You've got the previous all-time high up there. You've got a lot of confluence in the same area, and so I'm expecting the price to go up and find resistance there. Okay, that's my and so that's my trade plan there, and that's my trade plan. I'm not telling people take the trade, and then I'm imagining that the price could range here for a while, because then I would expect the price to reject there and come all the way back down to the point of control here to find support. So I'll be looking to short that, possibly to hedge that position, and maybe coming back into the point of control, probably looking to long as well. I didn't see why you wouldn't long the point of control on the first test. You know, something like that would be perfectly acceptable on the back test. Yeah, and that's basically what I'm imagining, and then that would be my idea if the price behaves the way I'm imagining. Yeah, if I imagine something, if I'm looking at the price now, I'm thinking to myself, yeah, I'm looking at the price right now. Let me just pull these across. And I'm contemplating a move to the upside, yeah, like that. If the price does that, yeah, I don't know when, but I'm just kind of imagining this. If the price does that, guess what? I'm going to short that all the way back down to there. And then when I short that all the way back down to there, guess what? I'm going to long that. You know, that's kind of what I'm imagining right now. Okay. Now, I might not necessarily long that. It depends on how I see the price move. It depends on if I see the price find support higher up, you know, but I definitely will short that. So I'm definitely looking to short that. Primarily, that's going to be a hedge because I'm already in a long position from here, actually. I think I'm in a long from down here. I can't remember. Yeah, I think it was around here. So on my live stream, I was basically telling people you should long now. And if anyone listens to me, I think most people did, they'd be up about 7% on their Bitcoin position. Okay. And so I will like tell people this is a good place, and I will tell people what I'm doing, and people have to figure out for themselves what they want to do. Like, I'm not giving any financial advice. If you go back into my videos, you'll see they're long, so I don't expect anyone to go back into my videos, but when did it happen? I'll show you on live quickly. Wednesday, the 15th of May. That's 3 days ago. See it? BTC ready for liftoff. Also follow. Just in case we're going down, okay? I'm not saying it's going to happen because I'm in a long. See that? Of course I don't think it's going to happen because I'm long, but I'm just kind of preparing you or us for worst case. See that? If we get up there, I'll be looking to add. I'm basically looking to add every level that we flip into support. And so I was in a long. Yeah, I was in a long there. And
I would do differently in the initial.
What happened next? I can't remember. Peace of mind. Wave one, wave. Oh yeah, it happened the next day. The price moved the next day. In this situation, I think. So I kept on adding to my long, and then it was here. For that, this area, for another push down. That was about the same period. Anyway, it's all there. And then also there's some people who come onto my stream and they chat. And so we have a very healthy now. A good chat. So yeah, so that's basically, it's all there. I mean, I'm not really trying to boast, but yeah, if you're new to trading, the reality is that it's probably going to take you a good part of 3 years to become competent. Yeah, if you're prepared for that journey, yeah, you have to be prepared now. Like, don't think that you're going to do it quicker. You may, yeah, but the reality is the journey is about a 3-year journey. It's a 3-year journey. You have to be absolutely obsessed with chart analysis. If you're obsessed with chart analysis, good morning, Cactus Cake, welcome. Let me guess, bullish. You can't be bearish today. You can't be. We're bullish today. We're bulls. So just to give you a little update, Cactus, this is really what I'm looking for. Right up here, we have quite strong resistance. We have some single prints which haven't been filled. We have a 786 of this overall range. We have the previous all-time high from the last bull market. We have a naked weekly point of control. So it's a previous weekly point of control that hasn't been traded through. We have the value area high, slightly higher. Yeah, I think we have quite a large amount of resistance in this area for the price to react. Yeah, so I am expecting the price to kind of come to a stop here. And hopefully I'll be looking to take a short or hedge or something and looking to trade it right back down to the point of control. What's interesting is that now the point of control of this overall range is now where we are now. Yeah, so the volume that's coming from yesterday to today has flipped the point of control from the lower part of the range back to the top part of the range. And then so I've had to move these. The high volume node is down here now where the point of control was. So we're playing ping pong with the point of control at the moment. The price is looking quite bullish. The order flow is bullish. We're getting bullish CVD divergences. There's no reason to short at all. And obviously we're all in long, so it shouldn't matter about longing. It's hard to long because you have quite a wide invalidation. And the move, the risk to reward isn't worthwhile. So if anyone wanted to long, then possibly the swing failure of these lows could provide an opportunity to enter. I don't really want to see this low taken now, just simply because it's reacted very perfectly to this local range point of control, and there's a nice buying tail. So I don't really want to see that taken out again, that wouldn't, for me, that wouldn't look pretty if we take that out again. But we could take out these local lows if there's not enough liquidity for fuel to the up move. Okay, so I think it's looking quite healthy. We're at the moment we're trading above the point of sort of the point of control, yeah, the point of control, and obviously the first sign of change will be a market structure change. Okay, I don't foresee that because we've just changed 4-hour time frame market structure to bullish, so I just don't foresee suddenly now that we've changed the market structure to bullish. You see, this is the 4-hour market structure. Let me just hide this. Let me just delete that now. No real reason for that. Let me just go through it with everyone. Let me just hide these single prints as well. This is your higher high. So this is the 4-hour time frame. Okay, so I'll just take you through it. It's always good exercise to go through it because not only is it educational for people who aren't familiar, like it's good practice to just keep on updating the highs and the lows. Effectively, that was a higher high. This became our lower low here. This became our lower high. This became our lower low. Okay, we went from a lower low all the way to a higher high. Okay, that's a higher high. This is now our lower low, and this is confirmation of change, a second higher high. So effectively the change is 2 higher highs, and in between the higher highs you have a higher low. Yeah, so this is a higher high. You know, if you want to label them you can. I don't need to, but if you want to you can, just to give yourself some kind of help to see, to read. So effectively what's happening with a market structure change is you're going from a lower low to a higher high. Why is that a higher high? Because this was your lower high. You see that? So you put in a lower high. This was your lower low. Okay, so you're going from a lower high to a lower low, and then straight from a lower low you're going all the way to a higher high. Okay, so that was your initiation of change, not confirmed. After you put in a higher high, you go in and put in a higher low, and confirmation was a higher high. This was our confirmation. Since we've changed market structure, we've also now put in a higher low and another higher high. Yeah, you see that? So this is another higher high. I'm gonna delete all this shit. And so now, as far as the 4-hour time frame is concerned, this is the low that must not be taken out. Yeah, this is a really important low. You can mark it how you want, but effectively, if somehow the bears are strong, they have the power to take the price down to take out this low. Guess what? That you're going from a higher high to a lower low. Okay, so if that happens, then you could end up with a lower high, and this would be confirmation lower low. If you have a, that would be a change. Yeah, and what's interesting about these changes, that if you do get a change like that, they also seem to, that would also look like a head and shoulders pattern. You see, the change also looks like a bearish reversal pattern. Yeah, so these, they often act together. When you get a market structure change, you get these patterns form. It's basically the same thing happening. It's just a different way of describing the same thing. Right now we're in bullish market structure. I mean, Cactus wants it to go down. He wants his 52k Bitcoin. I think it's really important to consider that we're going up. We're not going down. So let's not get too bearish when we don't need to be bearish right now. How am I going to get bearish right now? Well, it begins with a 5-minute market structure change. Okay, so everything begins with the 5 minutes, in my opinion. And so that's where I'm going to be looking at for a change. If I see a change in the 5-minute market structure, then I'm going to start thinking, okay, something's not working. This is bullish price action. Do you see the way the price is moving like this? This is really bullish, yeah? Just because it looks like a rising wedge, this is not bearish. This is bullish, yeah? You're putting in higher lows. You're putting in higher highs. And the price continues to go up. It's not bearish. And it's really important that people don't try and try to catch the top when this is clearly bullish. Yeah, so don't short. Definitely don't short. If you're thinking about shorting, don't. You'll lose money. Right now you will anyway. Maybe last night there was a chance to short when we had a swing failure of the highs here. This was quite scary. Yeah. There was a chance to hedge if people weren't sure. This is a good place to be safe. But as soon as the price comes back up, you're out. Yeah, because effectively what you're doing is you're protecting yourself from this. And so you have to be careful. But the fact that it didn't do that and it came back up, it obviously a lot of people might have hedged and they got stopped on their hedge or position or short, whatever. That's trading 101. That's life. Okay. Israel Mang. Where do you think it will go today? Well, I think we're on top of resistance support. So the price can either, I think the price is either going to go sideways, which it is right now, or up. I think, or both. I don't know. I don't envision the price going down today, just simply because we're on top of support and we've had a good reaction and we're in bullish market structure. On the 5-minute time frame, this is the lower low. Let me just break it down so we know we're just up to date with these. That was a low low there. Low low, lower high, low low. That was a higher high. It's interesting because you put a higher low, higher high, lower low, all the way up to a higher high. So that actually, this is your higher low here. This was the scary bit. That's your high high. So actually what you have right now is quite a wide range. It's basically that pivot to this pivot. Yeah, that's your range right now. So let me just mark it out correctly. Okay. And we don't want to take out this pivot here. Yeah. We don't want to take out this low. Right. So I think this would be wrong. There'd be something wrong if that happened. Okay. If we went all the way down to 65791, just bear that in mind. This would not be healthy now if we went all the way down like that. Okay. We want to see this idea to continue. Higher lows, higher highs. We don't want to suddenly now go and put in a lower low. If we put in a higher high here now, then this pivot here becomes our higher low. This one. Okay. So if we put in a higher high now, then the higher low changes. It moves up. Okay. And so we just have to, you have to keep this updated just to keep a track of market structure. At the moment, it's looking really bullish. Like, I wouldn't long, but it's looking really bullish. All right. Just be aware of this level here. If we lose it, then, you know, effectively what most people will be doing is trading the range. Shorts will be shorting the highs, longs will be longing the lows, and they'll have invalid. Most people, if you're looking to trade the range, it's not that difficult, to be honest with you. You have your invalidations. If you're longing, this is your invalidation. If you're shorting at the moment, this is your invalidation. And at the moment, you see, since the high and the low has been put in yesterday, Friday afternoon, we've just been range bound. Yeah, you see the price has just been stuck in the range. See that? So most people, most traders are just trading the range. Yeah, most traders are not looking for the moves. They're looking for range bound behavior. If you're a trader and you're trading the range, what you're doing right now is shorting or taking profit, because we're at the top of the range. And then when you go to the bottom of the range, guess what you're doing? You're longing or you're taking profit because you're at the bottom of the range. Yeah. So most traders are trading the range. They're not actually looking for the move. They're just scalping. Scalp, scalp, scalp. All right. That's Bitcoin. Don't have much to say unless there's any questions. Slerf is looking very strong. Okay. Slerf is looking very strong. There was a little bit of a concern yesterday. I was a little bit worried. I was a little bit worried here. The price was falling underneath this kind of local point of control, these levels that I had in mind. I got a little bit worried. I saw that there was a little bit of a little bit of a break, but actually it just went up. I took a hedge and I was invalidated. I lost a bit of money on that hedge. That's all right. That's normal when you're trading. I got immediately invalidated. I closed my position, and you know that's what a hedge is. You're willing to risk a little bit, just in case the price does that. Not a big deal. I'm still well positioned in. I haven't taken profit on my overall position, and so this is looking really healthy. Like Slerf is looking really, really bullish, like ultra bullish for me. We're getting really strong price action to the upside. So let me just quickly analyze Slerf and look at the spider web. Let me get rid of these spiders. Brush. Let me just get rid of all of this stuff now. I don't think it matters. Get rid of all of that. What was that one? Get rid of all of that. I don't even know what it is now, so I'll keep the folders. So it's probably lower down. Okay. And then I've got this triangle squeeze, got the volume levels. Let me just hide these. Okay, so that was the triangle squeeze we had from yesterday. Look, it squeezed up. That was nice to see. We've got these little volume ranges. You see what's happening now of the price on Slerf. We're back into this volume range. You see this little volume range here? We're back in. I think that's pretty strong. That's a sign of strength, really, to get back into a previous range that you've lost. And you lost and you found resistance. Resistance, broke up, and now we're into it. We're finding support off the value area low of the previous range. This is really what I'm seeing on Slerf is really quite bullish. I'm not seeing bearishness right now. It's looking really good. Let me just update my volume levels now. Look at the daily candle yesterday. I wanted the highest close as possible. I think that was quite bullish. Look, you know, we had a little reaction off the daily level, but we went up and we took a large amount of liquidity. And then today, as the price opened, a little pullback, and then we're off. You know, we're up. We're going up. That's kind of what you want to see. It looks quite bullish, doesn't it? Pretty much reversed most of that red. Obviously, higher would have been better, but you know, that was because of Bitcoin. Bitcoin scared everyone a little bit, as it always does. When you're looking at this overall range, you can see that we're at the bottom, and you can see that we're starting to go up. Let's see what happens. I know that Bitcoin is going to come into resistance soon, so we have to see how the altcoins react when Bitcoin does come into resistance. And I want to see where the altcoins come into resistance as Bitcoin comes into resistance. Let me just update the volume range now. The volume. Let me have a look, see if there's any changes. Where's my volume? There it is. Okay. No real changes. We're in a little bit of a volume dead zone here. So I would expect the price to move up quickly now if it wants to go up. That's our volume. We can delete that now. Let me just have a look at this lower range as well and see. Yeah, on the lower range, we're above the point, the value area high now. You can see we're above the value area high. It's back tested as support. That's pretty good. I think that's quite healthy. So I am expecting the price to go up. I don't know what to say. I'm expecting the price to go up. Let me just do a fib pull on this overall range again. For fib, I'd use the log. People are curious to know why my charts look like this. I use the logarithmic chart, not the regular chart. Okay. So we are into a little bit of resistance now. It's 236 on the Fibonacci retracement from the pivot high on Bybit to the pivot low, the absolute pivot high to the absolute pivot low. So we do need to flip that level into support at the moment. So we're finding a little bit of resistance. It's just fib resistance at the moment. And so once that flips into support, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a little bit of a pump. The reason why I'd be expecting a little bit of a pump is because the price here moved down quite quickly. So I wouldn't be surprised if after we take out that high, if the price moves up quite quickly. Right now we're looking at changing 4-hour market structures, the same as what I did with Bitcoin. This is the lower low. This is the higher high. Potentially, this is the higher low here. And we have to now take out that high. We have to take out that high at 0.3287. Okay. You take out that high, that's a confirmation of market structure change to bullish. What I'm seeing here is a little bit of a inverse head and shoulders. It's a little bit complicated, but that's your right shoulder. That's like a complicated head. That's sorry, that's your right shoulder here. That was your left shoulder. If we do get some kind of breakout, then a measured move will take us into my area of resistance. I'm going to identify that now for people to see. So I've got this big area of resistance above us, and I just want people to be aware of it. Okay, if anyone's watching. So we have this volume levels, we have the range point of control, and we have the radian value area low. They're roughly at the same area. And then you've got this 382 fib. And so the radian value area low is at 4060. The point of control, which is actually for me going to be the strongest level on this chart, because I'm using the Bybit perpetual contracts, it's going to be at about 4180, and then you've got the 382 fib retracement of the overall range is about 4252. Okay, so you have a little bit of confluence in the area there. It's an area, it's not an exact line. And then also I've got my higher time frame levels here, and what you see is that you have a big weekly level that's not being traded through, and a big daily level which is not being traded through, roughly in the same area. There's a big area of resistance there, and so I don't expect the price to get through it without reacting. Yeah. Now in there's two intermediary levels of resistance. There's two daily levels. There's the nearest one to the price is at 0.3422, and then the next one is at 0.3866. Now they need to be flipped into support, so you can't ignore those either. They need to be flipped into support for the price to continue going up. If the price starts moving up, I don't see why not, because they're kind of on their own. They're like these solo lone warrior areas of resistance that are waiting to be defeated. So I don't really see a reason why we can't get past those. But let's see what happens. Okay, you never know. And I think that's going to be largely to do with Bitcoin as well. I'd like to see, because I have a really strong area of resistance on Bitcoin. I want to see where Slerf comes into resistance and to see how that coincides with Bitcoin. Yeah. So obviously, if Slerf is coming into this first daily level, as Bitcoin hits its resistance, big resistance at the Bitcoin value area high, which I indicated in my earlier in the stream, then I would be saying, well, actually, no, maybe this is a pretty good level to hedge on Slerf. So I'm kind of comparing those a little bit. I think Slerf is still leading. You know, I think Slerf is still leading. I think it's only by a slight amount. Yeah, it's not like by hours. It's like literally by sometimes by 15 minutes or 30 minutes. So if you suddenly see Slerf go up, morning missed the start. Now, X announcement. Gary, good morning, welcome. I've just been looking at Slerf. X announcement. What is X announcement? Let's have a look. Gary is only talking about Slerf when he comes onto my channel. What's the announcement? Drop your wallets. I haven't done that. Was that the announcement? Oh, there's no announcement. Okay, he's fibbing. NFT index is live. Let's have a look at that. See that? Excuse me. This is amazing. All right. Load more. So if anyone doesn't know, I bought an NFT. I'm waiting for it to be delivered. Gary's bought 5. What I would like is one of these NFTs which says "oh fuck" on it. I know there's 1 or 2. There, that one. I didn't announce start. Do I normally announce the start? I never announced the start, do I? I just come on. These are all nicer. I like them all, actually. They've obviously put in a lot of work into these NFTs, and I hope they have some kind of value. They're not just yeah, I want one with glasses, and I want one that says "oh fuck," and maybe also a cigarette. This one, like that one. Phone died? Nah. Good take? Nah. Machine gun? Oh, you can filter at the top. Oh, okay. I wear glasses, shades. Cigarette. Perfect. None of them you have glasses and says "oh fuck." Why is that? But this one has a cigarette and he's got a AK-47. What the hell? And this has got a Coke can. Burn. No. Maybe not a cigarette. That's it. Fuck. That's what you want. Fuck. Bubble or fuck. So these are, in my mind, these are the most valuable ones. So which is the best one? Maybe this one, this 10 million, with 10 million. I don't know. I think any one of these would be good. All right. So Solana, no, Slerf. Okay. So let's just go back to Slerf quickly. Number 14. Let's have a look at 14. Like the devil? You want the devil? Literally the devil. We just need some horns. Okay, so let me just go over this again quickly. So yesterday's daily candle was nice. We had a little bit of reaction off the daily level. Nothing to be worried about. There was quite a nice long wick. That was your profit take. Bitcoin kind of SFP'd yesterday, so it kind of, there was a little bit of a pullback, but maybe that candle would have been much stronger if it hadn't been for Bitcoin. Little pullback on today's candle. We're pushing up. We're above the previous day high. I don't really want us to come back underneath the previous day high now that we're above it. So whatever happens, I think that needs to hold as support. Obviously the daily level has to hold the support, but we're way past the daily level now, so I'm not really thinking about the daily level. Looking at these other candles, you've got this red 2-day red indecision candle. You know, it's these indecision candles are quite trickier because the price could go down, but instead it's going up. It's hard to trade these ones in this situation. I think the hints, the clue here is this green candle here. These are massive buying tails. These are buying tails. That means people are buying. Yeah. So when you see these buying tails at the lows, and then you see this 2-day candle, it closed above the previous 2-day high. That's quite a strong buying candle. So in the context of that candle, this red indecision candle is actually quite bullish. It's bullish. If it was green, it'd be bullish. If it's red, it's bullish. It's red, it's bullish because it means the bears are in control and they've basically failed to take the price down. They took the price down and the price was brought back up to above this previous candle high. You see that? And actually today's candle has back tested that high and it's going up. So the candles are forming, actually they're forming quite nicely. You can kind of read a lot into those candles to see that actually the price action is bullish. What we need is continuation now. We need continuation. We can't just have the price struggling to get up. We need the price to push up. Okay, and so I think that could happen if Bitcoin starts to move. But right now we still, you know, you don't want to get into a situation in the next 2 days, i.e. today and tomorrow, where this candle just closes here underneath that wick, because then you could easily see a sell-off. Okay, what we really want is we want to see explosive higher prices. We want to go up. We want to go up. Okay, that's what we want to see. Looking at the weekly candle, again, we want to go up. You know, you want to at the very least, you want to push up as high as possible. Okay, at the very least, we want to reverse the previous week's candle and close higher. At the very least, that's what we want to do. That would only take us into the first daily, the first day of untapped daily level, if that was to happen. So this might take some time to play out. Yeah, this is what I want to share. Right now the price is finding resistance off this 236. As you can see, we're making higher lows. Yeah, so for all intents purposes this is bullish, but we're into resistance. What we need to do is go up and then go up. You know, we need to do that. Yeah, that's what you want to see. If we don't go up, yeah, we're still bullish. It's not bearish just because the price didn't go up. It just means that we have to go back down to pick up some more liquidity. It's hard because you break these patterns. You know, you've got this really nice pattern of these higher lows here. If you break it, you know what's going to happen next. You know, that's what's going to happen next. Yeah, it's going back down for liquidity. Do you go back down to the high volume node one more time, or do you just come back into this daily level one more time? No one can predict that. But ideally, we want to continue this idea. Ideally, we just want to keep on pushing up, push up to the next level, and let's just go and make a higher high. That's what we want to do. We want this to continue. If this continues in this same trajectory, we'll be hitting a higher high by Sunday. But we're not seeing the aggressive buying that we want to see. Yeah, the aggressive buying where people are just absolutely uncontrollably bullish and they want to buy as much of this as possible. We're not seeing that yet, and so we have to see if that happens. Okay, we're just seeing very people buying and selling, buying and selling, buying and selling, buying and selling, buying and selling. That's what we're seeing. Lots of buying and sellings here. I did want to say one other thing. So right now we just need to flip these two intermediary levels into support. It's the 28236. We're coming to test it for the fourth time now. It should break, and then you've got this tapped, this washed daily level that needs to flip. I think once we flip this area into support, we should go up to the next level quite quickly. That's 3422. That's the daily level. What you can do is you can just do a little volume range pull on this mini range here. Yeah, and you can just effectively, what could happen is the price could kind of range here for a little bit, hopefully to go up, but you know the price can always go down, so just be aware if you range here, the price can always come back down for another test down here. Yeah, the price can always do that, and so just bear that in mind. And the way to know what's happening is just to follow this previous range. Okay, and so you've got the value area high, you've got the value area low, you've got the point of control, you've got this daily level, and what you'd be looking for is a little bit of range bound behavior here, a little bit of consolidation, and hopefully for another move up. We have to see what happens. The big resistance for me though is all the way up here at the point of control of the overall range, this weekly level that's not been traded through, a daily level that's not been traded through, and the higher time frame 382. If we and also that you've got this radian value area low, I'm not taking that too seriously. If we get into this area here, that's going to be major resistance. It's basically a price range from starting at about 4060 through to 4228. Okay, it's going to be a major area of resistance. Okay, I want to see us get there. And the main reason why I want to see us get there is because of the momentum. Yeah, we have to turn this momentum, and the way to do it is to go up. Yeah, right now we've had a few weeks of down. Yeah, and the way to turn the momentum is to go up. Let me just pull my moving averages to see. They're not all going to show. Like, look, see that? That's the 12-hour 50 moving average, simple moving average. Again, that corresponds to this daily level that I was telling you about, this first one. There's no reason why the price doesn't react here. You know, the price probably will react. You know, it is possible that the price goes up and it gets pulled right back down. It is, but if we don't have enough oomph in the explosiveness of this move, then you know you could easily get pulled right back down because of these moving averages. So we do have a little bit of a downward momentum that has to be flattened out. And look at the daily 50 simple moving averages. It's heading down. Yeah, look at that. It's down. So if the price does manage to get up there and there, you know, it is possible for the price to do this. You know, just bear that in mind. Don't just think that just because I made a video and I said the bottom was in, that the bottom was in. Yeah. While I think that the local bottom is in, yeah, for me, that was a really strong local bottom. Potentially, the bottom is in. Potentially, this is the bottom. This and this together are the bottom. But I can clearly see that there's a lot of downward momentum, okay? And then if the price does go up and find resistance, guess what? We're heading down, yeah? And guess where we're heading? This low. Triple bottom. You know, why not? It's very possible. Don't think that just because Bitcoin is showing a little bit of strength that it's not possible for the price to react and not get to our main area of interest, which is here for a short or hedge. I would want to see it there. Like the higher we go now, the easier it will be to turn this momentum. Yeah, because that's what we want to do. We want to turn the momentum. That's why I want to see an impulsive move, because it will help turn the momentum from down to flat. Yeah, if we suddenly see an impulsive move now, impulse, you know, then what happens is this moving average just starts to flatten out. Yeah, but if we go up and we start struggling at these intermediary levels, this first daily level, the second daily level, if you start seeing the price struggle, really struggle to move, then you have to be careful. Be careful, because you still have downward momentum, and we haven't actually, like, this is a brand new 50 moving average, because it's a brand new coin, and we haven't actually tested it even once. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. Looking at the trajectory, potentially maybe that would, you could argue that was a test, but there was no 50 periods to show to prove that. So this could potentially be the first test. Every time frame has its momentum, okay, and that's why we need an impulse, because that's going to shift the momentum. I think if you go back as far as the daily, maybe the 12-hour, you see the 12-hour, you see you've got downward momentums, and then what people will use are different moving averages, sometimes EMAs. You know, it's all subjective when it comes to moving averages. You know, people have their preferences. Let me just see, these are probably too high a frame time frame. Let's have a look at the 4 hour. You see the 4 hour, again, it's the same thing, they kind of correlate. That's the 4 hour 200 EMA. You see it's resisted once before in the past. There's no reason why you would expect it to not resist again. Yeah, now again, the moving averages are, I don't really care about them as levels. I'm really focused on volume and liquidity. Yeah, but in terms of the momentum, you can still see that the momentum is still down. Okay, so even though potentially we have put in a bottom here, we potentially haven't as well. And the reason why we potentially haven't is because if we go up and we can't get up, guess what's going to happen? Yeah, you go down again. Yeah, and so as long as we don't, like, I'm looking at this, I don't really want to lose that trend line that we broke. And let me have a look. That's the one. Okay. We've broken that trend line now. I don't want to lose it. And what I need to see happen now is a higher high. I need this higher high to happen. That would be confirmation of this move, a break, some kind of back test, and then continuation of the move, which will be a higher high here. Okay, I want to see that happen as soon as possible. That's my first confirmation of continuation, and then I want to see us power through to my area of resistance. I want to see that. Okay, I want to see us get there, and that would give me a lot of confidence in this move. Okay, making light work of these intermediary daily levels. If we don't get there because one of these intermediary levels blocks the path, whether it's this one or the higher one, then I don't think I want to lose this lower trend line either. But again, it's going to look really bearish if we go up and then come all the way back down to take out this low. So I don't even want to take out this low either. Okay, so once we're in bullish market structure, don't want to suddenly go into bearish market structure from bullish all the way down to bearish. So I don't think that would look good. Effectively, what I want is, at the very worst case, back test to continue. Yeah, if you find back test to continue like that, I'll be okay with that. Okay, just higher lows, higher highs. Let's get to our area of interest, however long it takes. Maybe then you'd see a little bit of a sell-off, and then we can have another go at it. You know, like something like that would be okay, just to turn these moving averages around without losing this this outer lower trend line that we've kind of created, without coming back in. Like the worst case scenario would be to somehow do that. Like now that we've broken this trend line, you don't want to come back underneath it. Yeah, that would be bearish AF. Yeah, that would not look good. Okay, so the first clue will be a market structure change. So if you suddenly see market structure changing on the lower time frame, then pay attention. Yeah, don't ignore it. That's going to start at the 5-minute time frame. Okay, so right now, looking at the 5-minute time frame, we've just put in a higher high here. Hold on, let me just figure this out. Hold on, I haven't done this yet. High high, high low, high high low, high high, high low, high high, high low, high high, low low, all the way down to here. Lower high, lower low, higher high, high high, higher low, higher high, higher low. It's amazing, but the low yesterday couldn't take out this low. Look at that. Couldn't take it out. So this is your higher low. All the way to a higher high. Higher low. Higher high. Higher low, higher high. Okay. So we're in a little bit of a tightening range here. Can you see that? And this is your low at 0.3064, and the high is just there in the 236, the fib 236, just above 0.3159. Gary's saying OKS will start NFT hype next week, should help more people become interested. 24-hour volume down a lot. So let's not take out this low now. We've been putting in higher lows. Let's not suddenly change that behavior. What we need to do is get above the 236, flip it into support, flip the daily into support. Let's go up. Yeah, let's go up. That's what we need to do, is let's go up. If we do make a lower low here, I mean, you've got resistance, you've got support lines, you've got this daily level, and you can just do a volume range pull. What would I do in this situation? There's two types of volume pull you could do here. You could take it from the lows here, maybe from where the impulse began. You can see that we're kind of sitting above the value area high. Yeah, from where this impulse began. It's quite a good place to be. Find support on the value area and go up. Alternatively, you could have a slightly wider volume area if you wanted to have this whole overall range. Don't know how far you'd go and see what's going on. Let's say it's the same. The value area high here is where we've put in this higher low here. You see that? So the price is in a good place. It's on top of support, but it's also back into resistance. Okay. The other thing that you could do potentially is just do a little volume pull on this range here, this little mini range here. And you can see exactly the same thing. The price is just finding a little bit of resistance into the value area high of this previous range. But what's actually happened is the value area low is offering support. So we're in a little mini range here in the previous range that we were in before. That's bullish. But now what needs to happen is we need to go up and we need to flip higher levels into support. That's what needs to happen. And what doesn't need to happen is we mustn't go down and change market structure. If for some reason we do go down here, I want us to go right back up. Excuse me. We put in a lower low here. We need to go right back up to put in a higher high. Otherwise, you'll end up in a situation where you put in a lower low, lower high, and then bam, change. You see that? And if you see you just lose this daily level and fall back into this value area, we're probably heading for lower, probably, yeah. And it's still not like, it's not, for me, it's not looking bearish, but it just means that we're forming something else, some kind of wider, potentially a wider trend. If that happens, then potentially we're forming some kind of, I don't know. I don't like the idea of losing this, you see. I don't like that idea. It's there's something going on here with these lows. It's not, something going on here. I don't really want to lose that, whatever that is. What I really would like to see is a little break up. Okay, so I don't want us to just suddenly go down. I wouldn't get bearish just yet, because the price can do that. The price can go down and it just go right back up. Yeah. But obviously I don't want to see a change of market structure. If I suddenly see a change of market structure, I will hedge for sure. Gary's saying, thinking we need Sol at 180 to flip that next resistance. Well, Sol has been pumping as well. Any questions on Slerf? It's quite good. The 3-day was good. The three-day chart was good. Let me have a look at that. Look at that. That was like a bullish reversal candle, engulfing, closed higher. It's a really strong candle. That's the kind of candle you want to see at the lows. Back above this previous 3-day low. Closed higher than the previous 3-day high. Perfect. Look at that. Little higher low here as well. Lots of good things here. Yeah. I don't want to see us, honestly, I don't want to see us, the price to go all the way back underneath here, this level here. That's I'll give you an exact figure. Like, I can't predict the future, so I don't know what's going to happen. Yeah, for sure. But I don't really want to see the price come under 2794. It's quite low, but I don't want to see the price come underneath that level in the future. Let me see where that is. Yes, it's still quite a way down, you see. That's why it's important to hedge if you see a change in structure. Yeah, it's actually above my entry, so it wouldn't affect me if I held, but I would want to hedge. Yeah, so if I suddenly see a change here that I didn't like, or maybe a swing for, I don't know, like, I mean, I'm just looking at this, like, even if the price goes up and swing failures, that would be a pretty good place to hedge, just in case we do suddenly go down like that. You know, I'm just kind of mindful of a rejection And obviously I'm not expecting it, but I'm mindful of it. So you wouldn't be careful, because if you do get a rejection here, that being said, I mean, this is bullish, you know, like put in a higher high, it's bullish. So it's tricky. Like if you put in a higher high, I wouldn't expect this. At the very least, I'd be thinking find support for continuation. So I'm not sure. But I do know that you don't want to be caught on a move without being hedged. My position is somewhere down here, so I think I'm pretty safe. If that pivot for me is that's like the line in the sand now, because when I'm looking at these candles, yeah, look at that, we're back above that pivot. In my mind, that's like a little failed auction of the lows. That was the real strong candle, because you got this really nice green candle of a buying tail. This is a failed auction of the lows back above. So technically that would be your SR flip or SFP. It doesn't really matter. So if we do that, that's fine. That would be perfectly acceptable. It would look okay. And then the other level to bear in mind, just looking at these candles, there's that major one there, but that's at 3.5. That could act as a resistance as well. Let me just mark that off. Let me just see where that lands with the daily level. It's just above the daily level, so potentially that yeah, potentially that first daily level could prove problematic if the price gets into that range, because you are into that range as well. Where would I do it from? Yeah, do you see that? I think there's going to be resistance there if we go up there. Even though I'm eyeing higher up, even in this first kind of area, we could find resistance. And that might coincide with Bitcoin, okay? Gary's saying still looking to add to long on a resistance flip. It's going to be this daily level. These daily levels are the ones to flip, or the fib level. Where's that fib? This, maybe if you want the fib. Problem is the fib. Yeah, maybe the fib actually, because you can see it's resisting. See, resistance, resistance, resistance. So yeah, you'd expect a little back test to hold the support. The problem there is you don't want to lose it then. So, but I don't think that's a problem. It's just bear that in mind. Probably that 236. You'd want acceptance, and so acceptance is technically classed as 2 30-minute closes. So I'm on the 30-minute time frame now. You want 2 30-minute closes above. Sometimes you get acceptance and it still falls underneath. You see, that's 1 close, that's 2 close, 3 close, and it still fell under until it found resistance. So it's not always, even if you see acceptance, you could still get rejection. But right now we're not getting any acceptance. Let me have a look at Bitcoin. Yeah, Bitcoin is actually quite strong, and Slerf is trying to go up, but it can't. Can't tell. I think that it's all looking bullish. I wouldn't like take any action. Good to sell Slerf right now. Cactus Cake, the perma bear in the house. Good to sell right now. don't know. I'm not going to sell. I'll probably lose money. I'm not going to sell. Not right now. I don't think it's good to sell right now. I think bullish is Bitcoin is looking bullish, and usually the weekends when Bitcoin is looking bullish, the alts like to come out and have fun. I think I'd like to see how this plays out. You have this kind of something going on here. It could be a flat top triangle, you know, some kind of flat top. We could be ready to push up. So I'm not convinced, Cactus. Not yet. Okay, that's Slerf. Buy. Buy Slerf. Not sell. Don't sell. Buy. So TRVL. We were kind of going into this kind of really tight range yesterday for a whole bunch of time. Look at that. This is what happens when you have a low liquid environment. With small orders, people can trap the price, potentially make money, but the spread was too little, 0.16%. Then we had a little sell-off, and then it'll buy up and back to market buying. I kind of like this price action, to be honest with you, this tight range. If this was to be prolonged, if you were to have this kind of price action for weeks, it'd be really bullish. Yeah, it'd be extremely bullish if that was to happen, but obviously someone gave up. Looking at the candles, pretty nice actually. I've been talking about this kind of tightening range here. You've got daily levels being created above and below the price action. So we had one daily level which was tested here, created a new one. The new one was tested here, created a new one. Okay, had the same thing above us. We had a daily level that was tested here, created a new one. We're into the new one right now. We're into the new daily level now, but you know, 2 days of red, and look where the price came. It came just to here, just to the top of this red candle. So now we're getting a little bit of a buy up. So that's pretty good. Not much of a pullback in these 2 days of red, and now we're getting a little bit of a buy up. It's hard to tell with these in a low liquid environment, like things move around a lot. So in that case, I like to go to the higher time frame, because at least then you have more data. Looking at the higher time frame, this is the 3-day candles. That's a really nice gravestone doji, or inverse hammer, whatever. That's kind of a reversal candle. That's a continuation with a wick above, and now we're seeing continuation. We're potentially seeing a reversal form here, but what needs to happen, again, nothing changes. We need to get back above 5.5. Okay, so we haven't tested 5.5 yet for a back test, and what we have to do is see what happens when we come into 5.5. Do people sell or not? Yeah, can't tell what's going to happen until it happens. But what I'm seeing now is that the price is finding support after we've lost the major level of support. What bullish price action here is obviously going to be going up and back testing that for support. Then this whole price action down here becomes a failed auction into the lows, and you're back into the range. Effectively, if this happens, this is extremely bullish, regardless of everything that's happened in the past. This becomes bullish, really bullish. Obviously, what could also happen is that the price goes up, people sell into the 5.5 or maybe even higher, and comes down, and you have some kind of lower high here, and then you go down to put in a lower low. Okay, that would be confirmation of some kind of daily time frame market structure to bearish, something like that. Because right now we've put in our lower low, Okay. Now, arguably, you could argue. There's an argument to be had here, so let's have it. You could argue that this was your lower low here, because we took out this low. Then we came in to put in a lower high here, to put in a lower low here, to put in a higher high here. You could argue that we're already in bearish confirmed daily market structure, and we're looking to reverse it again because you've just put in a higher high. And you could argue that on a lower time frame it's probably true. When you look at the 12-hour time frame, it's probably true. Look at that, lower low, lower high, lower low, higher high. Yeah, it's hard with the daily one because you're not really getting kind of a gap with these candles. You're just going from pivot to pivot. Usually I like to see kind of this, spaces, like real spaces, like, and for the price to move, not just to be one candle to one candle. But we'll see what happens if and when we take out this pivot, and we'll see what happens. We'll see how the price reacts. I think if you're bullish, what you want to see is 5.5 flip back into support. Once that happens, just buy like there's no tomorrow. Yeah, if you see that 5.5 flips back into support, then this whole thing is a failed auction. Yeah, it means the price rejected lower prices, and it's now back into the higher range, which is a bullish idea. It's bullish to lose a range and then get back into it. But of course, if we don't get 5.5 to be reclaimed as support, then we'll follow these trend lines. That's probably the best strategy. We're close, you see. If we're going to attack the highs now, we're definitely going to be looking to break this trend line. You see, that's quite interesting. If we have that kind of development, and then do we find support on 5.5 for continuation? It's possible. If right now we get a rejection into this trend line for whatever reason, it could go up and reject from 5.5 and you just get this wick, then potentially I'm looking for this lower trend line to hold. As time passes, the price comes higher and higher, but you can see here that there's a daily level, another daily level lower down. If we lose our current range, there is the next daily level would be the level of interest for buying. That's at 0.042. Okay, so if we go up now and have a little rejection, then I'll be looking for this area. That will be my area of interest. If we don't get some kind of if this support fails, yeah, and it's always possible that support here doesn't fail and we still go up. Okay, so we are trying to create some kind of bottoming here. It's obvious that the aggressive selling it looks like the aggressive selling has ended here. Yeah, when you look at the way the selling has been so aggressive, it looks like it's ended here. And right now what's happening is the price is trying to figure out what to do next. I'm just looking at this whole pattern here as well. I'm seeing a little bit of a, similar to Bitcoin actually, a little bit of a one-to-one here on this move. Actually, it's not a one-to-one exactly. It's come down to the 618, and now we're back above it. It's kind of very similar to Bitcoin. Bitcoin has done this too. I do feel that TRVL is lagging Bitcoin a little bit, potentially by a couple of weeks. So you just got to bear that in mind. Potentially we're following Bitcoin, potentially. So I'd like to see if this idea continues. I'd like to see if break, I'd like to see if we really do follow Bitcoin. So I'm just keeping an eye on that idea. Dtravel has hired a new community manager. So there's some really good developments coming up with Dtravel. What did they post it? On their weekly update yesterday. They had a weekly update, and they've got lots of information here, which I went over, and they've got a new community manager. His name is Kevin. And so that basically frees up James's time to do marketing. This is really good to see. And also, I think they're in the Dtravel in the process of hiring free new engineers, software developers, engineers, whatever, to add to the team. So I think there's a lot of growth in Dtravel and the progress that they're making. And as you can see, with their engagement is still really good. Look at the engagement there. For an unknown project, I think we're having quite a lot of engagement now on the Twitter, on the tweets, and join in, get involved. Let's have a let's credit to Taki Maidi podcast. We know you love to eat to earn, but you have to get to our stay to earn launch. I don't even know what this is. Why does I've never even looked at this. Let me have a look.
That gets a lot of people actually, like ultimately the thesis there is that the host, the super hosts, especially on Airbnb, they're the ones who actually have the that have the trust, right? Like if you're someone who wants to rent a place, if you know like a Web3, like right, the guest they farm. So
I can't listen to him. Why is his face so fuzzy? Anyway, brief summary of what's coming. Let's have a look at that. Oh yeah, I've seen that. Growth incentive programs. New listing added. Geneva. Check this out. Look at the engagement of that. 23 retweets. 146 likes. See, properties are coming onto Dtravel every single day. You can come and stay in this apartment in Geneva, newly renovated. My internet's a bit slow, obviously. Oh, okay. So this is brand new on Dtravel. You can book this apartment. It's all peer-to-peer. So the transactions are done and recorded on the blockchain. No need for Airbnb. Look at that. I love Geneva. No need for Airbnb. Let me just show you. Check availability. So this is Dtravel, if anyone was interested. Reserve that. 3 nights, £500. Charlie Taunton. Look, you can pay in crypto. This is what's so exciting. We can pay in crypto. See that? That's a on-chain transaction. So you just have to connect wallet. You can connect my wallet here. Connect with MetaMask, done. Geneva Dtravel, done. In order to transact, you need to switch to Polygon. All right, let's do that. There you go, you see that? So allow this network to switch to Polygon, switch network. There you go, look at that. Pay with crypto. Insufficient balance. Of course, I've got no money. You can pay USDT, USDC, and Matic. See that on the Polygon network? Put your name and details here. Tick that and confirm. Look at that. So this is a working product. Every single day we've got new properties being added to the Dtravel network, and the app has been recently updated too. And so now, you can, this is version 0, this is the beta. But now you can actually start to search for places in destinations and there's a bunch of Lisbons there. Obviously that's a bug. If you want to come to London, obviously this is a bug too. They've got some bugs. So I've been highlighting some. A lot of people have been highlighting some things. But here you can travel to London between these dates, 2 adults, and every single listing that appears here is a direct listing. These are direct bookings. There's no Airbnb, there's no booking.com, there's no VRBO. It's just you and the host, directly with the host. You're just dealing directly with the owner or the operator of these properties. Yeah, and if you click on them, it will pop up into a new page, and now you're being directed to their website. Now, most of their websites will be Dtravel templates, and then some will have their own websites with the Dtravel widget. Yeah, so they're all direct properties, direct booking properties. And then obviously, you know, when you come to their site, you can go, okay, well, let me have a look. Maybe they've got some more stuff, you know, and see what properties they have. Does this guy have more properties than one? No. This guy's only got 1 property. Stylish 2-bedroom condo with free parking. Why would you not want to go and stay there if you want to come to London? Gary, come to London. Come to this stylish 2-bedroom condo in June. There you go. Where is it? Wandsworth. Look at that. Oh, it's back into that. Okay, interesting. £540 for 3 nights. They don't have crypto, and this guy hasn't activated crypto. That's also quite interesting because a lot of people aren't crypto savvy. Just imagine when everyone does become crypto savvy, all of a sudden we're going to have a captive audience, because all of these people now, these hosts, these operators, they're not necessarily crypto savvy. They just want to get off Airbnb and have their own site. And in the future, we're going to have a massive captive audience, because when you get some kind of mainstream adoption or some kind of wider adoption of crypto, then all of these people are going to be, guess what? Already on Dtravel, and they're going to be using TRVL. Okay, so when it comes to TRVL, I've been talking about my price targets from Technically. Yesterday I was speaking to Eric, and I'm so bullish on this, like I can't explain how bullish I am. Looking at charts aside, like, you know, you can't really tell anything from charts when it comes to the future of how far the price can go. You know, I'm looking at this. I see that we're in the lows of this range. I see that we're getting increasing volume now. And honestly, I'm looking at higher prices. I'm looking higher prices. I think this project is off the charts bullish because of what the market that it's going for. It's going after, you know, we're going after Airbnb in the first instance, and Airbnb is 100 billion market cap, and we don't even need to take out Airbnb. We only need a little bit of a market share to take this token to the double digits. You know, 25 is within reach. That would be a 23.5, 1025 would be a 10 billion market cap. It's within reach. I don't know if it's within reach within this bull market, but I think it's within reach in the scale of the growth, proportional to the growth of Dtravel. And the fact is that we've only just begun. Yeah, this is the beginning, and just watch this space. You know, it's a good time. It's a good time to get involved now. A good price to get involved. You know, 5 cents. The low was 1.9. Looking at this chart, it looks like we're finding a little bit of support here. You see on the monthly candle, you see we've got a little bit of a buying tail here. And what's interesting about this monthly candle is that you've got more volume this month than last month already, and we're getting this buying tail here. Yeah, so for me, this is looking extremely bullish right now. I know I say that a lot, but it really is. Like, it really is. Like, if there was, like, it's so bullish. I'm going to buy some right now. Why not? Buy TRVL. I'm going to buy some right now. Gary's waiting for 3.1. I'm going to buy some right now. No, I'm not going to wait. I tried to buy with limit order. I don't like to buy market right now because I don't want to move the price. So what I've been doing is I put in an order at less than a fraction underneath the sale price, and usually it gets filled as a limit order, usually. Although no, it's not, which is annoying. And the reason why it's not, because no one's selling. I can tell that. I can tell you that now. No one's selling. So it's gonna have to just buy at market. It's only $50 for 1,000 TRVL. I mean, Gary, you can buy 1,000 TRVL. All right. Anyway, that's TRVL. Look at this 3-month candle. Look at that volume, huh? This 3-month candle. 124 million. We've already surpassed the previous 3 months with this 3 months. Yeah. And we still have 1.5 months to go. So back in October when I was telling everyone to buy, no one was buying. So now people are going to be buying. I think this is looking like really ready to go up. This looks like it wants to go up. All right, that's TRVL. Any questions? Have a look at Slerf. I haven't looked at the Slerf higher time frame candles. That's the Slerf 3-month candle. I'd be really interested to see if this closes at right up the top there. And the 6-month is just red. Let's have a look at the 2-month candles. That's interesting. Look, this could be the turning point for Slerf, because this 2-month candle is now turned green. That's really interesting. Let's have a look at some other candles. 4 weeks, I think. Something interesting about Slerf actually is the CCI. Here on the CCI is we're on the daily time frame. We're getting some kind of what is it? I wanted to say some kind of trend line break. This is actually like it's called ghost, and you have like a little break here. These are quite powerful reversal patterns that form in the CCI. So we're experiencing a little bit of a ghost here on the CCI. It just means that we're in a reversal right now and the price is looking to go up. What you have to do with the CCI is confirm it with the other time frames. Here on the 12-hour, you have the same thing. Here you've got a ghost. It's like an inverse head and shoulders, but ghost has 2 big arms and 1 small head. And here is a bullish continuation pattern on the CCI. It's called the 0 line reject. So the price breaks the 0 line, it comes back down roughly to test the 0 line, and then it breaks the original neckline. You see that? So it's called the 0 line. That's a continuation pattern. The great thing about the CCI is a leading indicator. So often you'll see these CCI give you these signals before the price moves. So I'm looking to see if the price goes up now, because on the 12-hour time frame, I'm seeing a bullish reversal and a bullish continuation pattern form on the 12-hour. So we have to see how that plays out. But it's, for me, this is confirmation to not short at the very least, and if anything, to hold my longs for longer. And it's every time frame has its own kind of nuances. Looking at this is the 4-hour time frame. Can't really tell anything, to be honest with you. I can see that Yeah, I can't really tell. This, it looks like it's just range bound behavior. No, range bound behavior on the lower time frames. The main one for me was this 12-hour one. It's looking very bullish on the CCI. And then when you look at the higher time frame ones, you can't really tell because there's just not enough data. Not enough data on higher time frames. There's 2 weekly candle. There's a swing failure of the previous 2 weekly candle. I'd like to see how this ends. This ends in 1 day and 13 hours. I'd be interesting to see if it ends green. I am expecting us to go up, but you know, Bitcoin sometimes causes problems. And yeah, what else is there? Right now we're just Cactus did say it was a good place to sell. I mean, he wasn't wrong. It's not a bad place to sell, but you know, that's your low. You could get a higher low here. Yeah, we've seen it before. It's quite interesting about Slerf is like, look here, this is a higher low. Look at the fraction. Slerf sometimes puts in higher lows by minuscule fractions. Yeah, so I'll be interested to see how that plays out. All right, I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna go to the RAF museum at 2 here in well, not here actually, because I'm not in London, just in West London, northwest London. So I might come on later, I don't know, and we'll see what's happening. There's nothing really to report, really. Bitcoin is range bound and it's trying to flip the point of control into support. We may not see a move today. We may not. We may just get some kind of indecision doji. Slerf likes to lead. As long as Bitcoin isn't falling, I think Slerf is probably going to continue. Yeah. I'm not interested in hedging Slerf right now unless I see us lose some key levels. I think the first thing for me will be a change of market structure. Okay, this is interesting. Let me have a look at this. I didn't look at this. So that fib time here worked, but we didn't see the impulse. You see that? So this is interesting. So I was contemplating some kind of corrective move. All right, impulse, extended flat, and we didn't impulse. So I'm going to have to change this because that's obviously wrong. Okay. But I'm not going to do it now. But this is obviously wrong. Even though the fib time did give us a little pivot to go up, it wasn't what I wanted to see, which was up, you know, like up, up, up. That's what I wanted to see. So that just means that this evaluation, this analysis wasn't correct. It was speculative to begin with. Even though one aspect of it was correct, which was this fib time, it wasn't correct. It's not correct. So I have to kind of reanalyze this. I'm not going to do it now. I'll probably have a look at it tomorrow. All right. So let's see. I'll probably have a look at that tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to be streaming later on. I like to stream later on Sunday. Tim, you've pretty much missed my whole stream. I'm about to leave. But good morning. Solana is looking off the charts strong, to be honest with you. Off the charts strong. Solana is like leading the pack. We have 8 hours until up or down trend line breaks. No worries. I'll probably be on tomorrow later on in the evening. Yeah, on Sundays. I'm not sure exactly when. I'm gonna go for a picnic tomorrow morning, and then I'm going to the RAF museum now. So I've got to get on with it. I'll give you a quick, basically, just to let you know, just so you don't have to go through the videos and watch them again. I don't expect people to be so to do that. On Bitcoin, I've got a really strong area of resistance here. I just want you to be aware of it, and I'll explain quickly so you don't have to go back and watch. What we've got here is the previous all-time high from the last bull market. You've got a naked weekly point of control, which is a weekly point of control which hasn't been traded through yet. You've got some single prints which need to be filled, and then you've got the value area high slightly higher up, and then also you've got a fib retracement. Where's my fib retracement gone? I think I deleted it. Let me just do it again. You've got a fib retracement from, which pivot did I use? Probably this pivot. Uh, 786. You see that? 786. So we're right now trying to we're right now above the golden pocket. We've back tested it. It looks like we're trying to flip it into support. Right now, what's happened is we've put in enough volume at this current level that the point of control has moved from this high volume node. It used to be the point of control. It's moved back into they've flipped positions. So now this is just the high volume node. The point of control is here. We're above it, so that's good. So we're trying to flip that into support. Once we flip that into support, then hopefully we can fill this gap really nicely. The little bit of a gap here. And I'm expecting the price to find resistance here. I think you've got quite a large amount of confluence of different types of levels at exactly the same place. 786, single prints. You've got a naked weekly point of control. You've got the value area high slightly above us, and you've got the previous all-time high. I don't expect the price to just walk through this area. And so I think it'll be a good place to short or hedge or look for resistance. And so what I'd be thinking, I'm thinking to myself, if we do go up, find resistance, and maybe we'll come back down to test the point of control, and maybe we'll range here a little bit. Maybe the price will start ranging here for a while. That's what I'm kind of contemplating. A little bit of range bound behavior here, trapped between the point of control and the value area high, putting in some volume here. That's what I'm kind of contemplating right now, and possibly that could be consolidation underneath resistance, which is generally speaking bullish, to go up, but that could take a few days or whatever. And I'm not expecting us to break that level, just simply because I think people will sell. They'll sell into that, and then we have to see if the point of control can hold as a back test, a proper back test. If it holds the support, then you know, you could get another attack at that resistance area, but I don't necessarily think we're going to go through it. So just bear that in mind. If you're looking at the numbers, it's about 69,000 through to about, yeah, it's about 69,000 to 69,500 thereabouts. I think everything's looking quite bullish, so I wouldn't short anywhere here. And obviously the first sign of weakness will be some kind of lower time frame market structure change. Right now, the pivots that I have in mind are these two. These key, I've marked them off as key. So if we suddenly go down to 65,791, I think that would be cause for concern. If we suddenly did that, that would be cause for concern, because that would be a lower low. If we do put in a higher high now, then obviously the lower low, the higher low would change to this pivot here. So we haven't done that yet. So naturally this is our higher low. If we put in a higher high, then this becomes a higher low. But right now we're not. So it's you know, like even if the price was to do this, it would still be okay, you know, because you haven't taken out the higher low here, which is the one that really matters. Okay, so that's kind of Bitcoin and everything. You know, Bitcoin drives the market, so we have to keep that in context. Slerf right now, it doesn't look like it's leading so much. Yeah, doesn't look like it's leading. I don't know, maybe it is. I can't tell right now with Slerf. Slerf has dried up a little bit, the volume has decreased, and often I'll look at Slerf because it's leading Bitcoin, but right now it's not really saying anything to me, so I don't know. All right, I'm going to go to the RAF museum now. What about Link? It's a good question. You see, I'm about to leave, and you make me look at Link. Let me quickly have a look. I mean, you're basically with Link, without really going into too much detail. Yeah, you're just consolidating here. Yeah, you see I just drew those two yellow lines. That's basically where we are right now with Link. I did that a while ago. I haven't looked at this in ages. So you're just holding support there, you're into resistance there. Yeah, and when you're looking at Link, this is the weekly time frame. That's your resistance, that's your support, that's the higher range. So you can also do a volume pull on Link. We're above the point of control into the value area high. Effectively, this is bullish. Yeah, this whole thing is bullish. There was a multi-year consolidation range down here. You had a little spring here. It's a little spring, and then you've had your breakout, and this is just bullish consolidation for continuation. This is going to consolidate as long as it needs at this level for continuation. That's basically what's happening with Link. There's nothing really exciting to say. It's consolidating, waiting to go up. This previous range is quite important, and you can see now that we're back into the previous range value area low. So naturally that has to be flipped into support, and once it does flip into support, then I wouldn't be surprised if the price goes up to the point of control up there. Generally speaking, Link leads BTC, so if we're going to see some kind of move on BTC, like a real move, not like a nothing move, like a real big move, you'll see it on Link first. Generally that's what happens. Yeah, because a lot of people who are in tune with Bitcoin will use Link to leverage when they see that there's going to be a big move. Right now we're into resistance, but this weekly candle is extremely bullish, and so you can buy weekly candles like this. You can buy, yeah, these bullish ones from the lows. They're like bullish engulfing. You see there was one here as well. See that one? These ones are the ones that you buy. Yeah, they're the strong ones from the lows, out of the lows. These weekly candles that are really bullish, you can buy them. Just make sure you take profit, because look, you could have bought that one, went up, they went all the way back down. So just be aware of that. So you can buy them, but take your profit too. All right, I think Link is looking good. Like of all of the tokens, it's held up really nicely. It's in a reaccumulation. This is called reaccumulation. So people who are accumulating down here, whereas the price went up, they took their profits, and now they're reaccumulating back in this range. So they're just buying selling the highs, buying the lows. This continues until it finally can reclaim that level that I'm talking about here, this value area low, flip it into support, and then make a higher high here and attack that point of control, which is from the previous range. Yeah, that'll probably be quite big resistance, somewhere about $26 if you manage to get up there. There's probably other levels too that I'm not considering, you know, like is there fibs? Well, actually look, so this resistance here was the golden pocket, so that probably will still act as resistance if we go up. So while I have it going up higher, it's possible that we do find resistance there again, you know, like the golden pocket will be resistance until it's eventually flipped to support. Yeah, that's just the way it works. And this reaction was not unexpected because it came into the golden pocket. See, the golden pocket is like your big resistance when the price moves. All right, I really have to go. Lovely to have you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow.